Okay, so here we are with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure, and this is Batman, and it's specifically Batman from the Three Jokers miniseries. So I really liked the Batgirl figure. I thought the Batman figure looked awesome. So I'm probably going to wind up getting all five of these that I know of. I know of five, and that would be the besides Batgirl that I already have, and this Batman that I now have. There's a Jason Todd Red Hood and two of the Three Jokers, which is an odd choice to me in a storyline called The Three Jokers to only do two of them. And spoiler warning: the two that they do are the ones that are dead. So so they didn't even do like the main Joker, the real one, the one that I'm considering the real one anyway. Since I mean they try to play it off as, oh well, these guys were all the Joker at different Batman stories, and I'm just like, nah, they were all the same Joker. I'm not buying that. These guys were just jobbers that the Joker made for this storyline. They never appeared before now. It was always that one Joker. So let's go ahead and open them up. I'm just going to pull the whole tray out of here. And I wound up pulling the tray out of the back of the package, but not the plastic tray from the inside. Well, fine. We'll just do it this way. I don't like how Mcfarlane puts these on here because it's so flat. It gives me a hard time pulling this open. Like my instinct is to try not to bend up the packaging, even though I'm not a mint and card collector. I don't want to destroy it, but it just winds up getting destroyed no matter what. If they could just put like a simple little tab on there, just like a little tab on the end that we could pull it up by, that would make it so much easier, and I don't understand why they don't do that. And I'm trying not to bend up the trading card, because I actually am trying to keep the trading cards. And then it's on this plastic bubble that... This is not a good way to package these. Bending the trading card. Trying to get it off of the cardboard. Hopefully I didn't cut the trading card when I did that. But it's just not... the whole thing just wanted to peel off of it. You saw how that did. Alright, so trying not to bend up the Batman trading card too much. I think I did alright. It's a little... That might just be natural. I don't know. And then... And now it just wants to tear off in chunks. There. Alright, so... Simple, black, plastic. Try not to say two words at once. Simple black plastic stand. You can see the glossy DC embossed on it. So that's nice. Set that aside. And then we'll get Batman out of the package. The damnable rubber tabs. I'll say this, at least Mcfarlane doesn't do a whole lot of those tabs. I think those are the only ones. No extra hands or anything like that. His only accessory is a grappling hook launcher. I'm going to take that out and set it aside for now. We'll take a look at that in a minute. First, I want to get Batman out of this package. And he's got the annoying thing where like the tape is through the back of the package in this hole. But thankfully, since it's kind of a soft rubber plastic and they gave us a fairly decent sized hole, I was able to get it out fairly easily. So his abs are kind of wonky because he was packaged weird. But I'm going to go ahead and turn those back around. And, of course, we're going to take a close look at Batman in a minute, but I just wanted to get that done. I'll try to get him into, like, somewhat of a distinguished position before I put him back in the package. Or, not back on the package. Before I put him down. So, but there's a nice look at him. That'll tide you over for just a few seconds. I'm going to put him on the stand, and we're just going to stand him right there. And real quick, I want to take a look at the grappling hook launcher, which we can see it's in the process of launching a grappling hook. And if you don't like it that way, if you want it where it's not firing, I suggest you get the one that came with Batgirl, because it's the same exact thing, except for that one's still got the batarang in there, and this one's got a grappling hook that's popped out on kind of a curvy little string. They did the same thing with the blue and gray Batman's grappling hook up there. I think they probably ought to just put that on a separate piece that plugs in, and that way you could have it displayed either or. But you know, I'm somebody who likes a lot of display options. Let's go ahead and read the bio on the back. You can see this one's a bit longer and fancier than the Batgirl and Dr. Fate one, so at least it takes some of that negative space up. But it's still very, you know. And it's the same picture of him that's on the back of the package. By the way, I guess I should show off the cross-sell on here. So we got that Dr. Fate figure that I just opened. We have a White Knight Bat Cycle. We have the Demon. We have King Shazam. I don't know what that is. Probably some dark multiverse thing I never heard of. And this one that's like a Rebirth Batman suit. So it says battle damaged. So I guess it's a metal thing because he's got an axe. But I didn't read that story either. I don't read a lot of modern comics these days. Okay, Batman, 3 Jokers. Data file. Real name Bruce Wayne. As a child, Bruce Wayne, TM, watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their deaths, he devoted his life to becoming the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman. But not the Robert Pattinson version of the Batman, because he was a complete failure and got his city flooded because he sucks at being Batman. Sorry, fanboys, you know I'm right. To become the ultimate vigilante, the Dark Knight disciplined his mind and body to reach the pinnacle of mental and physical superiority in his relentless pursuit of justice. In perpetual battle with Joker, Batman has discovered that there are, in fact, 3 individuals operating as the Clown Prince of Crime, each of them resembling a different version of the character or the villain from Batman's past adventures. Now, with all 3 versions of the Joker banding together in a nefarious plot, it's up to the Dark Knight, Batgirl, TM, and Red Hood, TM, to take down the terrifying trio. Well, like I said, I interpret the events of that story a little differently. Like, I'm of the opinion there was only one Joker, like, the whole time, and that these 3 guys, these other 2 guys, were just kind of like jobbers. That because he's trying to make, you know, new Jokers all throughout the story anyway. So these would have just been the first 2. And of course, the Joker is all cagey about who's the real one or who was who in each adventure, and you know, like he's a liar, so obviously he lied. Duh. Oh, but this Joker knows things that only the Joker could know. Yeah, it's not like he wasn't working with the Joker, and the Joker could have like told him this stuff. So anyway, whatever. So here's Batman, and the neck articulation is really cool here. It looks like it's not like how a normal action figure is these days, where you know you have the head is a separate piece from the neck. This is actually, the neck is ball jointed in there. It's all one solid piece, but you can get some good expression out of that, and you can look down like pretty well, and you can look all the way up like that. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. That's really nice. It would have been even better if the head was on joint too, and then we could get all kinds of crazy movement out of it. But you know, I'm not going to complain. This is good. He's got the standard where we can move this arm all the way around. It goes up about that far. The bicep should be able to turn all the way around. It's a little stiff on mine, but I'm sure it'll come loose later. Got the double jointed elbows. Got the wrists on that funky ball joint Mcfarlane likes to use. So that's cool. So that'll give us a lot of good wrist articulation. Got one solid fist, one open hand. Doesn't come with any extra hands, but, you know, he can hold his one accessory. We'll get to that in a second. Standard, again, with the legs. We're like, I'm pretty sure that this should swivel here, but mine's like caught. It's just stuck. So, oh well, that ain't gonna move. I'll hit it with a hairdryer later. That'll fix it, I'm sure. The trunks are kind of rubbery, so that gives you like a little more leeway as far as moving these legs. And they go up about that far. but you can see it's bending the trunks. So if you don't want the trunks to get stuck, you probably don't want to leave him on your shelf at that extreme of an angle. I'm pretty sure there's a boot cut here, but again, it seems like it's kind of stuck. It looks like there's a boot cut. It looks like it's a separate piece of plastic anyway. So I'll try to heat that up later and see if I can get that. And then we got the ball jointed ankles again, so we can get some good movement out of it. I was lucky, even though I ordered this off of Amazon, it's got a pretty good emblem on there. I've seen some of these emblems where they're a lot more sloppy than this, so I'm grateful that I got one that's not that sloppy. So you can see there's a little bit of a black blob at the bottom, or not black. I'm sorry, a little bit of yellow blob here at the bottom where it's supposed to be like a solid black line. But I can fix that really easily with a little bit of paint. The bat emblem itself is really sharp and looks good, and that's the most important thing. Because I definitely wouldn't want to try to repaint this bat emblem with all these sharp little points to it. But I don't mind having to do that little bit at the bottom. That's going to be really easy. So the head sculpt's great. It looks a lot like how Jason Fabok drew Batman. Like you can even see where it's got like, you know, sort of the line around where the eye holes are and that sort of thing. There's like this nice texture to it. Kind of leathery. Pretty cool. I do wish his ears were a little bit longer, because I like him to have a little bit longer ears. These, like the stubby little Frank Miller ears. All you kids with your Frank Miller. That's okay, I was a Frank Miller kid too, but I like Neil Adams best. So, and then there's a lot of influence in this that I like from the 1989 Batman. Like you can see how there's some details to his gloves. The actual gauntlet part of it is not 89 at all. Like it's these huge spikes, and it doesn't have like the plate on there like you think of 89 Batman as having. But the gloves themselves look a lot like 89 Batman gloves with all the piping and everything. And the belt, that's definitely an 89 Batman style belt. He changed it just enough, but you can tell what it's supposed to be. But the buckle is like slightly different, but other than that, it's pretty similar. And then likewise with the boots, you can tell it's got that 89 influence to the boots, but he's got the ribbing in the middle pointing down instead of pointing up. So it makes it just a little bit different. So let's go ahead and get this grappling hook gun in his hand and see how he looks holding that. And that's pretty cool. And like I said, this is the same exact grappling hook gun that came with Batgirl. Only that one is not launching its grappling hook. So if you want to display him without, you know, this cable coming out here, you can always just use the one from Batgirl. So that's nice that we have two different versions of that. Although one of them would have to be holding that gun. Like obviously you couldn't have them both holding the same gun unless you bought two Batgirl figures, which I'm probably going to do anyway. Because, like I said, I kind of want to repaint one to be more sort of Silver Age style. I really like that Batgirl figure. I really like this Batman figure, too. He's really cool. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like, this one, like, on first glance, I don't think it's quite as like, this one looks much more like Jason Fabok's artwork to me at first glance. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that if you're familiar with that storyline, and you've seen that version of Batman, you look at that and you go, oh, well, that's Jason Fabok's Batman. Whereas with that Batgirl one, like, he stuck so close to the classic Batgirl design. This cape is really soft rubber, by the way. I like that, because then you can still kind of grip the figure at the trunk. But yeah, his version of Batgirl is so close to the classic version of Batgirl that, like, I had to have it in hand before I could even tell that it was specifically supposed to be his. I saw the pictures of it, and I'm like, well, it's a great-looking Batgirl figure, but it doesn't look much like Jason Fabok's Batgirl. But this is very clearly Jason Fabok's Batman. So that's really cool. I really like that. You can see the stand fell off of his leg, so I'm going to reach down. Fell on my floor. So pick that up real quick. So yeah, this is a definite recommend to me. Like I said, I took a chance and ordered them off of Amazon because I figured, well, even if his emblem is messed up, I can probably fix it. And you can see, like I said, it's just got that one little flaw to it, and that should be fairly easily fixed. But if you want to get a good emblem for this guy, you got to try to find him at retail. And those figures kind of got snatched up the shelves really quick. They didn't hang around like some of these Mcfarlane figures do. Those three Jokers figures, they were gone. So I think maybe like my nearest Target still has like one clown Joker left, but that's it. But yeah, so and I don't think I've seen these at Walmart. I don't know if it's a Target exclusive, but that's the main place I've seen them at retail. So I've seen them at GameStop. Come to think of it, so yeah, that's definitely not a retail exclusive. But yeah, like I really like the way that these torsos are articulated. You can get like a lot of personality that I forget what the term is, the counterposing, where you can have like the hips at a slightly different angle than the torso, that kind of ancient Greek statue look. I'm old school, so I'd probably rather he had trunks, but again, that's a pretty easy thing to repaint. Maybe I'll get another one of these and repaint him kind of in a more Bronze Age style with like, blue and gray. That might be kind of cool. Like obviously a dark blue and gray because he's a gritty looking figure and you want to keep it that way. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this episode with Three Jokers Batman. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about this figure and what you think about Batman in general. And we can talk about the Three Jokers storyline and like what you think of it. Honestly, I thought the whole Three Jokers gimmick was a little overhyped and it turned out to be much ado about nothing. But there's some other interesting things about that story that I think on a second reread, if I pay more attention to those, I will probably be happier with how that story turned out. But but it was worth reading because I really liked Jason Fabok's artwork and I liked his designs that he came up with for these Batman characters. And honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind if this was just how Batman just looked all the time because that's a cool looking outfit. So anyway, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.